Hello, everybody, and welcome back to
Controlled Chaos.
Controlled Chaos, or like
we can make an AI voice do it. That would be on brand for what we've been talking about it. Controlled Chaos. Or even, they don't sound like robots. I mean, they sound like beautiful people. So,
well, speaking of robots, we might as well just kick off with, I find it quite interesting that Disney chose OpenAI as its like AI partner with Sora now, which is that really crazy software where you can put yourself in it. And Disney is allowing Sora, and so anyone, you and I, can use it to use Disney characters.
I don't know anything about this.
Sora is, Mitch is obsessed, and he keeps doing these like ridiculous videos. Like he has one where he's like riding a giraffe into the sunset with Shauna.
Wait, is this like an app you use? You put yourself into like these
Sora,
characters? I can't love this.
It's like using ChatGPT, but it's called Sora, and it's just have to like Sora, Sora, and you have to put like I think a picture of yourself. I don't know if you have to talk into it for your voice, but dude,
I want you to know right now that you married your dad. You married your dad because this like screams like your dad putting the bubbles over your dogs, being like, "I want a dog burger, please." Mitch putting himself in these videos, like, I mean, this just proves we all marry our dad. Just want to put that out there. If he did have this back then, he wouldn't have to do his little cute draw. He was ahead of his time with those drawings, though.
But Sora now, which is that like really crazy software where you can put yourself in it. Disney is allowing Sora, and so anyone, you and I, can use it to use Disney characters.
I don't know anything about this.
Sora is, Mitch is obsessed, and he keeps doing these like ridiculous videos. Like he has one where he's like riding a giraffe into the sunset with Shauna.
Wait, is this like an app you use? You put yourself into like these characters? I can't love this.
It's like using ChatGPT, but it's called Sora, and it's just have to like Sora, Sora, and you have to put I think a picture of yourself. I don't know if you have to talk into it for your voice, but
right now that you married your dad. You married your dad because this like screams like your dad putting the bubbles over your dogs, being like, "I want a dog burger, please." This just proves we all marry our dad. Just want to put that out there. Off topic, but on topic.
I definitely married my dad in many. You're absolutely right.
Our age, me and you, our age is so interesting to me because we've grown up in a really weird where we didn't have technology, but then we did. And because we're old millennials. Millennials are supposed to be 1980. I'm 1982. So we sort of like, grew up with dial-up. We grew up with, we didn't have Facebook or social media in our childhood. And then like we got older, like Blu-ray was a big deal. DVDs, CD players were even a big deal. I mean, it's just, it's so intriguing. And now we're in this world now. It's like real adults, like middle-aged adults, really, in the thick of AI. So we've kind of seen the whole gamut. We were there, like, the first computers are kind of like, I mean, like, I remember getting that little tiny Macintosh, the black and white one, when I was really young,
I remember taking a portable DVD player on an airplane to watch a movie, and that was such a
that was fancy.
My dad lent it to me after, like,
of course your dad had it.
Obsolete. Of course
your dad had it. I mean, of course.
I agree with you, and we really are lucky, generation-wise, of how we have been able to experience, the fact that we were around when Walkman were, we've seen everything.
My Walkman, I loved it. And we used to make mixtapes. I mean, it was a lot of work.
You used to stay for the radio to come on for a song and then hit record, remember?
And have to miss the commercials. It took so much love and timing to make someone made you a mixtape back then. They were either the best friend or the love of your life because that shit was hard.
It was not easy. Having phone lines in your home and phones ringing
and then you'd pick up the phone. The best was in my house because I would beg for a second line. Someone would be trying to get online. You pick up the phone, you have to start all over. I'm trying to get on the internet. Like they would yell. I mean, like all the crazy AOL sounds like, sure. Like, I mean, that kids don't know. They don't know. But that is our age. We have been in the Stone Age, and then New Age. It's such an interesting age to be when you're in your early 40s. You've kind of seen it all.
And I also have this memory of being at summer camp. I must have been going into 9th grade. And I remember these girls in my bunk getting manila envelope packages, and they'd open them up and it would just be pages of emails that their friends were sending them over the summer. And I didn't even have email yet or AOL.
I was writing postcards back then.
Yeah. People would just remember writing people pages and pages on emails, how your summer's going. And
I mean, I remember chat rooms. You remember cyber? Maybe it'll be like cyber question mark. That was like the first digital sexual assault of our time.
Chat rooms when you were in high school were hilarious to go into because all people were talking about was, like, disgusting stuff, like
It was all gross. But like now it's kind of like, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and compare it to the modern day dating app now. And dating apps,
Yeah.
people are really gross on
Yeah.
it. And from my single friends, I don't have a lot left, but the ones I do have say the bots and AI people, it's a
It's
big
a big
problem
problem.
now. And you don't even know if you're talking to a real person. Like, how fucked up is that?
No, you're right, and I really don't understand the point of that because, like, I get catfishing, like,
Yeah,
you
I get that.
don't like the way you look and you don't wanna hide
Yeah.
it, well, which is never gonna end up well for you, obviously, but unless you just want it to be virtual the whole time. But what's the deal with the bots? Because are you extorting people then for something? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it seems scammy to me. And I do think there is a lot of scam. Yes, there's a lot. I mean, we know a lot of scamming involved. I don't know what the exact scam is on the dating apps. I mean, but then going back to our last episode, some people date openly and knowingly date an AI chat person. So I
Right.
don't know, like, and they are happy. So it's very intriguing. I didn't like dating apps back when they were real people. I can't imagine also having to deal with like the fucking chat
I
bots
know
and
that the
AI.
apps are tough in the sense of you can talk to someone for hours and have the best conversation, and then when you meet I'll never forget meeting this guy in person. I don't think he was into me. I wasn't what he was, like, expecting, I guess, from pictures, and he, like, instantly lost interest in me. And man, did I
Yeah.
feel like shit, you know, because I had invested, like, nights and nights of, like, talking with him, and we seemed to
To
get along
me,
so well. It was, like, sad.
like, I don't want a pen pal. Like, are we gonna like and then you'll chat for a long time, have these great conversations, and then you'll just never meet. The guy will ghost or like it's just very strange. Like it's an emotional a push and pull that you like get invested with someone and then nothing, like you said, nothing happens from it. You never I think getting the date alone was always a challenge. You'll talk and then they'll just because there's so many options. You don't know how many people these guys are talking to. He's talking to you and like 20 others,
And you're
you
right
know?
in the sense of, like, a couple days would go by, and you're like, "Okay, when is this person gonna, like, ask to meet me?
Are we
Because
gonna meet or what?
what is this?"
Yeah.
Like, I
Like,
don't I don't
why
want
are we just are we gonna chat on
yeah.
the app the whole time? Like, it just got a little for me, that was just too much. I was like, I don't know.
But it is crazy because I recall one guy too that I talked to a bunch. I even FaceTimed with him because I thought once FaceTiming became more of a thing, I was like, "Oh, that's great to do like a more of
That is
like a
great.
fielding situation before meeting." I still got along with him great on FaceTime. And then when I met in person, it was like for me, instant like not interested. It
Really?
was
Was
like a
it physical or just
I don't know. Like that's why like, me
interesting?
person is because he looked like himself. Just something didn't feel good for me. It was weird.
Because you can
Sora.
have a totally different feeling when you talk. I mean, like, or it can go the other way where like, I mean, I feel like I've like really, I mean, well, this is actually the same way. You get really strong feelings for someone through conversation. But then you meet in person and I don't know what that is. You're right. The energy, something just sort of hits you like, no,
There's
absolutely
a
not.
show on, Discovery Plus that I've been obsessed with for, like, 10 plus years called 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. Even Ryan will watch that one with me.
You know, I've seen every episode, every spinoff, so there's, like, 2 or 3 different spinoffs right now, and honestly, like, I listen to all the podcasts because 'cause they're so good.
They're
Um,
pretty good, yeah.
they are so good, but, I wish you watched it more because I know, like, all the characters so
I
well.
should because I loved it.
Let
I
me
don't know why it stopped.
It's fascinating because it's not there's moments of scriptedness and you can read through that, but the stories are authentic. But there's
Mhm.
one story right now that just started up, and these people have been not dating, married for 7 years, and they've never met. And now on the
Never met.
for the first time.
Wow.
Married for 7 years and never met. Like, why?
That they
What
got
is that?
married and never met?
Isn't that the weirdest thing?
That's completely different than Love is Blind, which I got into Love is Blind for a little bit, where you just talk and then you meet. That's not the same at all because these people have actually gotten married and they still haven't met.
It's really
The
strange.
lo the early seasons of Love is Blind was I thought that was interesting. I got very into that. I loved, like, the getting to know each other and then, like, seeing because it's exactly what you're saying. They're talking, and you can tell sometimes right away when these people meet, they're just like,
Not into
"Nope."
it. And then you have to watch for the next 5 episodes, like,
Yes,
some
but,
kind
like, you can see it in their face. These people aren't they're not actors, or if they were, they're not good actors, but, like, they just immediately it's exactly what you just said. Like, you have these great conversations in your pod, which for you was FaceTime and, on the phone, and then you can meet the person, and it's just like this no. I mean, they've never seen each other, so it's a little bit different because you guys FaceTimed at least, but, like, it's pretty crazy how much that shifts.
that show is fascinating to me because of most of the time these people like, meet after however many years, months, whatever. And the chemistry's there. There's one plot line right now with a girl coming from the US. It's called 90 Day the Other Way. And she went to the UK, to England. And she like, you could tell instantly, like there was no chemistry. And they were together for
Wow.
a while, and she'd already
Married
met him.
together or just
Not
together?
married,
Okay.
together, and they'd already met and spent time together, but I think there was like a 7-month lull of them not seeing each other again, and something changed in those 7 months, which also I get. Like, to have some people can do long distance, some people can't. I cannot.
Well, I think some people could do it because if I don't want to like, but being honest, it's not a real relationship. A real relationship, like you're able to kind of have your entire life the same and then kind of like see someone. I mean, it's not what makes relationships hard is the day in and day out. Let's just call it what it is. It is like, that's the hardest part of marriage. You're with this person every day. You choose to be with them every day. This is it. Like, so, if your husband or boyfriend or whatever, you don't ever see them, like how much does your life really change? You don't have to adjust for another person that much.
Okay, well, anyway, if you get more into that show, I would love to talk about that show more because
I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back because I've loved everything I've saw. I mean, I'm talking like old days with like that no neck guy. Remember that famous?
Ed, Big Ed. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to tell you, there's a new season that just started. It's called 90 Day the Other Way. I think it's season 8. Why don't you kick off with that? There's only one episode. Okay, so that's awesome. I was going to say on a side note too, and this is not part of the topics, but we don't really need to talk about our Spotify Wrap, but I just found it very funny. And it clicked for me. I realized my number one song was Ordinary by Alex Warren. And do you want to know why?
I know why. You played it nonstop in Cape Cod. Like literally, how many times do you think you played it? It just kept looping. And finally, I remember being in the back being like, okay, can we play? Like, yes, I like this song. But like, it was just loop, loop, loop. No shit, it's your number one song. Every time that song comes on, I'm like triggered a little bit.
Right?
Like,
I know.
Like, I like it, but I'm like, it was almost like you were putting me in this, like a torture chamber. Like, let me just put this over. Like, I was just like, is this really on again? I mean, yes.
You remember when you first heard it, you're like, ooh, I like this.
No, I do. Yeah. I like it, but I almost think you borderline ruined it for me. But like, I did. Yeah. I did like it. My Spotify Wrap just can't be accurate because of my children. Like I listen, like
kids ruin it.
Like all my kids' songs. I mean, we listen to so much of that on there. We listen to good music with them, but like I did think it was funny. My Spotify age was 80, although that's appropriate. I feel like yours was young, wasn't it?
Mine was 21. It is pathetic and sad, but because of I'm
yours is young.
Well, I had some Justin Bieber and of course Taylor Swift on there. That didn't help, and that was more me than my daughter, but.
Yeah, no, not me too. See, I would be listening to Taylor Swift too, but like, I mean, mine was a big fat 80.
How did you get 80 if you have kids?
You know what? A lot of because at nighttime with Charlotte, we listened to a lot of James Taylor. I think it was the James Taylor. The James Taylor is such good sleepy music. So that was like a big one. So I think that's what did it.
Well, there are some parents out there that literally avoid using their Spotify account with their kids because they don't want their Spotify Wrapped list to.
People take the Spotify Wrapped very seriously. And it was actually a very smart,
brilliant
marketing brilliant, right? Like they give you the posts, they're easy to share. You can put them up. I mean, the whole thing was genius. Whoever did that, it's a witty little recap they do. It is very well done. I gotta give it to them.
Any company that can collect data on your users and share that as like a PR marketing opportunity is very smart and creative.
Honest. I kind of like the honesty of it because we're always so afraid of like, what do you know about me? But like, this is nice. Like, hear the song. They're using the data they collect in a transparent, making it fun way. And you're right. That is the difference. Not let people put those big Facebook posts up like, share this post because I don't want my identity taken. I remember those like, it reminds me of chain mail, like chain emails.
Right. Or like blink 3 times and share this with 10 people.
Send this to 5 friends or you're going to die. It's like, oh,
remember that?
Yes. Those emails are insane. If you don't share this with 5 people, you're going to die in 7 days. It's like The Ring.
Also, I've gotten the kids ones in the mail where it's like, send this letter and sign it to like 5 of your kids' friends, and then you'll get a sticker book. I'm like, I'll just fucking buy a sticker book. Like, what is this?
Sorry, I don't want to be threatened. I just feels like a threat.
It feels thready.
It feels thready. I just like chain mail. That's another thing that just showed our old millennial age. That was so an old millennial thing. Like when those used to come through, What the fuck is this?
The best
Oh
ones
my
that were
God.
like, "I'm a Nigerian prince.
Yeah.
I'll give you millions of dollars, but first give me 1,000,000."
This was like the OG scams. These are the primitive, like
Yep.
steal your identity shit, except that it's just like, look how advanced they are now. They could use like your
Your
kid's
voice
voice to scam you. I
is
mean, now back
very
then it was just a Nigerian prince. It didn't exist.
like, why was it always Nigerian?
I forgot about that until you said it. Like that just brought back a vivid memory.
Nigeria, like,
Um,
breeds, like, remember, like, Yahoo Boys are from Nigeria? Why do so many scams come out of Nigeria?
it's not fair. Or are we just labeling them? Are we like unfairly like blaming them?
No, many scams originate due to a mix of socioeconomic factors like high youth unemployment and poverty, combined with the country's strong internet penetration.
Well, those
Wow.
Nigerian princes were trying to get us for years. Okay, those chainmails.
They still haven't gotten us.
Not me. Not me. I didn't forward one of them. I'm not falling for it.
Yeah, that says that they have a very large population, 175 million, and which is larger than Russia, Japan, or Mexico. And since it was a former British colony, English is a language used in government, trade, and education. And it's one of the most prosperous countries in Africa. Political corruption problem. It's a sweet spot for scams.
The only reason I knew about the prosperous thing is my hoity-toity little high school, which had like, I think maybe 2 African American people in it. It was pretty terrible for that. But we allowed minorities, but like one of them was Nigerian prince. Legit. He was an exchange student Nigerian prince. His name was Canoe. And he sat next to me in chemistry and he looked
Ah,
like his skin was like stunningly
beautiful.
pretty, like
Oh,
beautiful. He was like a beautiful person. But like I mean, like he was very wealthy. I'm not saying I do that, but I heard that Nigeria had a lot of money, but a lot of corruption. Yeah, I don't. That's true.
um, interesting though. Wow. Well, there you go. Um, okay, so I want to get into now. Of course, we have to get into Diddy.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
and it's
I
okay.
have not watched the doc yet. I
Okay,
have
that's
not
fine.
watched it yet. I know I need to, but ever since you talked about the 50 Cent, he's just. I mean, like I'm so intrigued by that hatred, and I love his stance. I read an interview recently where he was just like, I don't want people to think that people everywhere in the hip hop world is okay with this. It was such a good quote where he's like, It was so good. I mean, this is like, I
Wow.
liked him before, but now I love him. He's like, that's why I did this. I don't want people to think we're just like, yeah, this is cool. It's not fucking cool. Like, I'm not okay with it.
In
I
his
need to watch that doc. Today I'm watching it.
Well, I'll talk to you a little bit about it today, but in his rounds of press too, someone, I think it was Sherry Shepard on our show, was like, um, she said something about, okay, is this like a new version of like diss tracks? Like instead of doing a diss track, now you do like a diss doc. But he was like,
This doc.
isn't that funny? But he was like,
Yeah.
I don't want people to think like that this is like so back
And
to
I'm
what.
not getting that vibe from it at all. I'm getting much more like I'm standing that this is wrong.
So here's the thing. It's been #1 on Netflix since it came out. It's
Yeah.
outperforming Stranger Things, which is huge. He's also saying that he has more footage that because of the like length of the doc, because I think it's 4 episodes, they had to cut some footage out. So he says there's more coming on YouTube. So I think
Ooh.
a lot more footage.
I wish you, wow.
I know.
Wow.
And I loved he kills me. Like he's just the doc is getting mixed reviews in the sense of it's very skewed, right? Um it's really alluding. So I know you haven't seen it. So it basically goes.
Yeah. Did you like it? What did you
I
think?
did. The last episode for sure was the best. It goes very deep into like him growing up, the kind of person he was, that basically he started his fame off of that big stampede that happened in New York when he was trying to throw like a big party, where 7 or
Mm-hmm.
9 people were killed or something.
I remember that. Yeah.
So his like,
Or reading about it.
yeah, his fame essentially, like the launching pad of his fame was all based on negative things that happened. So that was one. And then the second moment of his career that like shot him to serious fame was after Biggie died. He went on one award show, I don't remember which, and he did like a tribute and was in
With
all white.
Sting.
Yeah,
With Sting.
every step
Yes.
I take,
That
right.
was a huge deal.
He was like in his white outfit, and like that was the moment. So the doc is,
Remember that performance? I mean, it was like a big deal. I mean,
yeah, we grew up when all.
But with Sting was a huge deal too, with the two of them together. It was a beautiful performance.
It was beautiful, but looking back at it and seeing it in the like sort of like the context of this doc,
It
you're
was a
like,
ploy for him. It was a ploy. Yeah,
it seems
100%.
off. So I guess the question is, which I keep asking myself, hmm, is this an entertaining narrative or is it the truth? Um, there are like some celebrities, like remember Marlon Wayans from the Wayans brother? He was blasting 50 Cent, saying like it's fucked up what he's doing, like he's alluding to things that aren't true. And I guess Marlon Wayans was like super close or is super close with Diddy. I mean, if you watch this doc too, so it doesn't go into like Kim Porter, it doesn't go too deep into like anything with Cassie so much. It really talks about his upbringing, his mom, how violence was sort of at the the foundation of who he became. But then it goes into the trial that happened last year. And that basically Diddy was paying a lot of money for PR and marketing during the trial, that there were all these pro Diddy bloggers that were swarming the courthouses, and that the information we were all getting was kind of like skewed and weird. And then
I believe that.
they interview a couple of the jury members, and they talk about how um, it's very clear that like he abused Cassie and that was not right, but none of the other stuff was clear. And they were like, we're not going to sit here and say he was part of like a, you know, Rico sex fueled
They were really
rebellion,
trying to get him on all that. Yeah.
which, yeah,
But I don't think they ever had any like real evidence. There's a lot of hearsay. Well, another thing
weird.
50 Cent said, which I agree with, he said that everyone is afraid of Diddy. Like they're afraid of him. He has a lot of power. And I got that vibe this entire time, this entire trial, that he's got a lot of money and a lot of power. It's the same with the Epstein files. Like you're able to keep that stuff down if you've got enough money, people with money and power that want to.
Yeah.
And Diddy said, I am not afraid of him. But that's not
You mean
common.
50,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
yeah.
50 Cent said,
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of him, but almost everyone else is. And like,
I mean, when
so
you
I still,
9 times, are you afraid of anyone, or 7? How many
yeah,
times
I mean, that's a good point. I almost forgot about that.
are you afraid of anyone?
But yeah, and I think that really holds truth to me. Like whether or not all this footage is real, whether I don't know, but obviously I will never really know. But I do think he's right about that. I do think this entire thing's been generated by fear and power that he has, the fear of him and the power he has, and he's just like, I don't have that, so that's why I'm not. That's why no one else is speaking up except me.
Thank God for people like 50 Cent, and I never thought I'd be saying this. My favorite thing about him in the past was that he dated Chelsea Handler, which I think is just the most amazing.
I loved that relationship, and that makes me like that added some really big credibility for him. Yeah.
And Chelsea recently was on a show, or maybe it was an old clip or something, because I think people were so fascinated that they dated. And she said he is literally one of the nicest people she's ever met.
I believe
So
that. I don't know why, I just do.
I know he seems amazing. I'll never get over. It's like back to the Fran Drescher thing from last week when she was asked, like, what do you think about actors, AI actors? And it's like, what is she going to say? She loves it. So it's the same thing with one of the news anchors was like, what do you think Diddy will think of this doc? He's like, oh, he's going to love it. It's going to be the best doc he's ever
Wait, who said that? Fran?
No, I'm making a comparison of like how when Fran Drescher was asked about like AI actors, what do you think about? Like, who's going to say I love it?
Yeah.
In the same context, a reporter asked 50, like, what do you think Diddy's going to think of this documentary? Like, what is he going to say? So he was like, oh, it's going to be the best doc he's ever seen.
That is pretty funny.
He's going to love it.
I mean, I'm glad he's doing it. If anything, like,
can't wait to see more.
We know that Diddy did some fucked up shit. I mean, it like that goes without saying. No matter like what was blogged or what wasn't, I'm glad that he's speaking out about. He's bad. He's a bad person. So it's like it needs to be out there.
Certainly is not getting enough time, in my opinion. I don't trust him on the streets. Like I feel like very scared that he will.
No, he's not getting enough time at all. He's just going to go back to his same shit because he's going to think he's untouchable.
Weird behavior. He was built with it. It's not. He's always going to abuse women. I don't think that will. It's like he can't help it.
I think there's a certain time where you can't undo stuff like that. And if you do want to undo it, it takes so much dedication and work. And this is just the case for truly anything you have. I mean, I thought a lot about this as I become a parent. Like emotional trauma, which he obviously has, and then you become physically abusive. The work you have to do to undo foundational stuff, you have to not only really want it, then you have to do it. It's like being an addict.
Yeah.
He doesn't think he has it. So that's out the way. I mean, he's never going to change. He will always abuse women.
I wonder if there has been any shift for him since all this has happened.
I feel no.
Okay, I am this, but I can't help it. Like, is there any awareness, or he still feels what he's doing is not that serious? He's got to understand.
This is my theory on it, but I could be wrong. I think when you get to the level of fucked up he is, the labyrinth of crap you tell yourself is a very big defense mechanism. You can't turn the mirror on yourself when you're that in deep. You can't look inward because it'll kill you. Like, so like, it's like the defense, it's like a sociopathic narcissistic
Like,
thing
you
to
can't
develop.
admit it, because then what?
No, you cannot. You can like
Where do you go
never. And
from there?
I know about this on like, I mean, personal levels with people I've known in my life, but like,
Yeah.
it's kind of sad, but it's more terrifying, but it's very sad. It's like a tragedy where someone will do so much to, they can't, they have to believe it. It's like at some level they don't, but they can't ever look at that level because then it's like almost like you'll be suicidal in a sense
It's
because it's
easier
like
to
you,
live with the earmuffs on and just
yes,
yeah.
much the case. It's like you really do have, it's truly a survival mechanism. So do I think Diddy might know on some level? Possibly, but he will never let himself really know that because he's
You might
too
be right.
far. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a true narcissist, a true narcissist. And I feel like that term is really used loosely, but like a true
it is, yeah.
narcissist, it is, but he really is one in that sense where like there is zero empathy. He cannot look inward. It is from trauma. And most narcissists are formed from childhood trauma. Like it all makes sense why he's like that, but like he will not look, no, he's not going to change. My point is he's not going to change. He will continue to abuse women and it'll be the same.
I mean, obviously, like, when you grow up, you know, in poor neighborhoods, there's, shootings happening all the time. Like, the violence is there, like, it becomes a part of your life, but that doesn't mean that you need to become a violent person, that you need to become a killer. There's
No.
plenty of people that, like 50 Cent, been shot,
Yes.
that come out
Yes.
understanding right versus wrong. So for me, this is so much worse than how you're raised. There's something in,
Oh, 100%. No,
right?
it's a cop out. No, because we
Right.
all have stuff we're dealing with. And I don't mean to make it sound like it's justified. I mean to make it sound like, yeah, we all, it's like that saying of like, yes, there's empathy for that tragedy, but it's your responsibility to deal with it.
Right.
It's 100%. I mean, like that's any adult, any person. Like if you don't unlearn or work on those things, then like it is your fault now
What's
because like,
Yeah, what's very sad to me though is seeing like his oldest sons, because he has a couple sons, in particular one that is, like above 21, I guess now, that is a part of all this. And even in
oh
I
yeah,
think it was the third or fourth episode, Lil Rod, who's the producer he hired for his Diddy's most recent album, which he was a big part of a lot of the lawsuits. He's in the doc, and this is the first time I've ever seen or heard Lil Rod talk about stuff that you didn't see in the press. Because remember that, like, there were some things that came out, like, he talked about, like, being on a boat and Cuba Gooding Jr., like, sexually harassing him, and there was
yes, yes, yeah,
none of
yeah.
this
I remember the stuff about Cuba.
I
That
know.
kind of went away.
He's
I
kind
was
of
like,
broken
that's
too, yeah. But,
yeah,
this just goes more into his experiences working with him, and there's some video footage, and there's another, account of, like, something that happened in the recording studio, and then there's also, it's very interesting too, because everyone, the consensus in the doc too is that Diddy has no talent. And I remember when we first
I don't think he has talent at all.
wait, I know you don't, because I remember when we first became friends and we were both love rap music, and you were like super into like Kanye and Jay-Z and all that stuff. And I remember like,
No, not Kanye. Only Jay.
okay,
Kanye, I liked his beats for Jay-Z. Very into Jay-Z.
okay,
Very into
not
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, but my point is
Yeah,
I remember like here and there wanting to listen to Diddy music, and you're always like, he's a terrible rapper. And I was like, he's
he
not that
is.
bad, but he really is bad.
I
And
stand by it. If you hear really good rap, like in those days, I was into Nas, Jay-Z, Common. He sucks.
you're spot on with that, and it comes out a lot more where he, like, you watch footage of him and he's just like can't get it. Like, it took
He's
7 years
awful.
for him to do like a
He's a
song.
I mean, is he
Yeah,
a good producer? Does he get some of that?
party
Yes, but
promoter.
like
That's his shtick.
he's a party promoter.
Yeah,
But no,
he's
he
like
is not. 20-year-old Liz and 43-year-old Liz still feel the same. He's a
the same
shit rapper. He's a shit rapper.
From a professional standpoint, he reminds me of Dave Grutman. The um,
Yes.
only not anything to do with their personalities, but to do with Dave Grutman is an incredible promoter. I mean, that's how he
Yeah.
started. He's also a
Yes.
businessman, has restaurants, and obviously
Yes.
live at Fontainebleau. And he's
That's a
obviously has a
perfect comparison. I think that's actually a perfect, I think
yeah,
that's a very, because I think that Diddy is talented in those ways.
right.
But
That's
no, he's
what
not a
got his fame, was bringing people
100%.
together, and
Yeah.
his
And
big
that's a
whole
talent.
yeah,
That's a talent. I'm not saying that's not what it is. It's just like his talent isn't in the music. He's not a musician or a rapper in the way that he tried to be. But I think he ended up kind of knowing that, to be honest.
yeah, I agree. All right, well, watch the doc because I wanna hear your thoughts more on that
I will.
before I
It's my
tell you
homework,
about it.
guys. It's my
Yes.
homework.
Okay, next topic, because this one also is just going to keep flooding the news, is the most recent image that came out from the Epstein files. I want to see if you saw this? It was released today. This is
I have
amazing.
not.
One image released today shows what appears to be a bowl of novelty condoms with a caricature of Trump's face. The bowl has a sign saying Trump condom, $4.50, and each condom bears an image of Trump's face with the text, I'm huge. Another showed Trump
What?
6 women with lays whose faces were redacted by the committee, all young women. Others include Steve Bannon and Epstein taking a photograph in a mirror, Bill Clinton with Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell and another couple, and tech billionaire Bill Gates with the former Prince Andrew. Former Harvard President Larry Summers and lawyer Alan Dershowitz also appeared in pictures from the estate. Bam.
I could barely even, I mean, not that none of this is surprising. You know, all these people that you've named, I know were involved, but like,
There are
or
pictures
I just,
of Trump with young women now, and their faces are covered, so you don't know how.
you're not
What is
surprised about
happening?
that. But you're not surprised about that,
Well,
Trump's involvement. Oh my God, Fold, you couldn't possibly think that,
I'm
okay.
surprised about, I guess, is that Trump is our current president and that this is still coming out. Like, I figured.
How does that even shock us anymore? The guy's a felon. Like,
I
like,
know, but like, I know. And he was convicted civilly of rape, which people don't want to
yeah,
admit.
he's like, I mean, like,
Civilly, yeah. People don't want to
it's like
admit.
a huge joke at this point. And yeah, of course, he's been one trying to bury these Epstein files because of this. He's in them. He's all
But
over it.
considering his power and the things that we're seeing now that are quite terrifying, how is he allowing this? That's what I'm kind of like, he
I
doesn't,
don't know.
the pictures are out. He's probably going to say they're AI.
Even worse, I don't know what it's going to take for people to like, his followers are unwavering. I mean, they don't give a shit about any of the stuff he does. Like, it won't matter. It will not matter. And that's even worse than like
I know.
the alternative.
I know.
I don't, at this point, I don't think there's any way to get a huge Trump supporter to not be one. I mean, the only thing that might do it is because the old school, like wealthy Republicans don't like paying these high tariffs. They don't, it's the money will get the old school Republicans, but everyone
True.
else, you know,
I'm
you
just,
know.
now the pictures that were released, they're old. So is that also like I mean, they're old. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. There's a tranche of 95,000 photos being examined.
Oof.
Is that not insane?
I mean, you knew Bill Clinton was all over that shit. He was such a pervy hornball.
Bill Gates too.
He's kind of creepy too.
Wait, here's more. There's also depicted in the images. Wait, more people to add to the list. Woody Allen.
Oh, well, come on. Like, I married his daughter.
Yeah, but still. We also, I know, and that doc on him, there's such.
You know what sucks though? I hate saying this, kind of back into our Kevin Spacey thing, because I think Woody Allen's gross. But damn it, do I like his movies? I like his movies so
No.
much.
It's kind
I
of like
don't.
Michael
Like, I'm sorry.
Jackson. Yeah. What do you call that?
No,
Like,
that's different. Michael Jackson, in my mind, did not know what he was doing. Woody Allen knows he's gross. I think Michael Jackson was complete. I really do plead insanity with him. It's kind of how I feel about Roman Polanski. Like, I love Rosemary's Baby, and he's like apparently a big creep too. But he can never come back to the U.S.
no.
You know,
But why do you equate those? Because I think for someone like Michael Jackson, like, I get that you're saying insanity, like he had such a fucked up childhood abuse, but like he was doing it to these guys for like decades.
I don't know. I get no, it's gross and bad. I just for some reason think he truly. That it's different what I'm saying with Diddy, where like they just spin a defense mechanism. I don't think that's what was happening with Michael Jackson. I really don't think he thinks he was doing anything wrong. Was it wrong? Yes, no doubt about it. But I don't think he was like this it's so messed up in a way, this like childhood. I think he thought he was a kid and he was innocent. I really think that. I know that sounds crazy and I'm not justifying any of that behavior. I just think it's he's not spinning a labyrinth of crap. He's
Right.
not doing a defense mechanism. He is just completely off the reservation, crazy that he truly thinks what he's doing is an innocent childlike thing. That was just my theory on it.
So then
He had no child. He was robbed of a childhood. I think completely.
so were the other members. So was Janet Jackson.
Yes, and I do still stand by the fact that it's your responsibility to deal with those things. So, yes, and Michael Jackson is guilty in that way that you obviously had issues that you didn't deal with. But I don't think he thought he did I don't think he thought it was wrong.
Okay, so then if that's the case, why when asked, "Did you touch these boys at all?" No. Why not say, "Yeah, I did. I love them." Like, if he's so unaware of his actions that they were bad, why wouldn't you have any sense to, like,
Because good question. This is like a lawyer question, and
legal?
this is my
Yeah.
response for that. I think the way that they're asking these questions are making it seem like he was doing something wrong, ill intent, and he does not think he did. So I think that he's like, "No, it was not like that. Like, it wasn't not consensual." It's hard to explain. I just really think in his mind, yes, if he did, you're right. He could have just been like, "Yeah, I've touched them. We love each other." It's like not that would have actually
He was
been
buying
more like
a ring
on,
for one of them, like, he thought that they were, like, in love. I mean, so I can agree with you on
yeah,
something. Do you think that I mean, he was very medicated, right? And that's he obviously
yes,
in the doc
very.
trouble for that. Why do you think he was so medicated all the time?
I think that he had severe, severe mental issues. I mean, I can't even. I mean, when it's like anyone else who self medicate with alcohol or with drugs, like he had to almost go to just an extreme numbness to even. I honestly don't.
What was the
I think what
issue? He was feeling inadequate, unloved? Like, what was the core issue that drove him to be medicated all the time? Because he was rich, could do anything he wanted, had children. By the way, his daughter Paris is, like, stunning.
she is very pretty.
She seems incredible. What
Something about Michael Jackson reminds me of it's more extreme of the Britney thing. He seemed like a caged circus animal for a long time in the Jackson 5. Just like this performance money making. He was the real talent, right? And just like
interesting.
it's like he was a prisoner. I get this like very sad like prisoner. I mean, apparently his dad was. I don't know if any
Really
sexual
bad.
abuse happened with him, but like
At
really
least
bad,
physical, we know lots of
very
physical.
physically
Yeah,
abusive. He reminds me of circus animal. Like those animals are so abused physically and the way they're made to perform. I think it's like he was a caged animal. It really upsets me, but like I think that's how I feel about him, and I think that that's why he was so heavily medicated. I can't imagine like the
yeah.
unresolved trauma in his life, and I think that I don't know. It's not really fair to say I have more empathy for him and then not for these others, but it's kind of it's a little contradicting what I'm saying. I just there's something about the Michael Jackson case where I never felt like he really thought he was being malicious. But what he did was completely fucked up. He fucked up other people's lives that now are gonna have to deal with it, you know?
And it's a point of you never see him mad, yelling, like, there's no footage of this man being mean to anybody, like, there's plenty of
No.
footage of Diddy being nasty, and obviously we see the Cassie thing, but you're right,
That video, God, that video was crazy.
I know. They show it again in the doc because I just feel like we all become so numb to these things,
Yeah.
that we're not quite understanding the brevity of, like, the level of not brevity, the level of, abuse that if you see that in just this one video, imagine what was going on every day.
Like, that should be an exactly. Like, we're only seeing, like that's probably nothing compared to what's been closed door. I mean, he's in a public,
Correct. That was bad,
hallway.
and that was bad.
It was really bad. Hallway, elevator hallway, like, just doing this like it's nothing. Can you imagine what would happen in private? Like, yanking her by the hair? Awful.
I know. It's such a tough thing to, like, try to picture yourself in that position because instantly I say to myself, "If that were me, I would have been, like, kicking and punching him," but, like, no. I mean, I can't be comparing myself because I was not in love with this man. I was not
And we don't know how long this has been going on with her. We know nothing about their dynamics. I mean, she's
right,
probably terrified of him.
probably, and who knows what he was saying to her, right? Like, if you do anything, if you say anything, I mean, that shit's scary. He had
It
so much
really seems like fear was, like, his
right.
biggest thing.
Always. Isn't that always
Yeah.
it? Fear.
Yeah, yeah, it is 100%.
Um, yeah, it's alarming. Oh, also in the doc, Audrey, remember from, Danity Kane? How Aubrey O'Day? Oh, Aubrey O'Day, right? That's her name?
I
Remember?
don't know who that is.
Okay, she was one of the biggest was that her? I always confuse her with, Aubrey from, Parks and Rec. Aubrey I don't wanna say the wrong name. Okay, Aubrey O'Day. So Aubrey O'Day was one of the stars of Danity Kane. Do you remember Danity Kane?
Mm, no.
Danity Kane was the big girl group that he created from Making of the Band that got really popular.
Oh, Making of the Band,
Yeah,
yeah.
"You can bite your cherry lips, trying to sound them with a"
Oh, yes,
that was
I
that.
remember that.
That
What a
was
catchy
that was
song.
Right. Good song. And then they went on, I think that was like the first group and then they shifted. Anyway, she and one other girl from that group have at least one of them has a lawsuit against him. So both women are claiming like a lot of abuse toward him. She's been saying for years, Aubrey O'Day, she's been saying for years she knows so much, she can't say, lawyers, whatever. So she's in the dock too. And
Oh,
she reads a chilling message from someone who said they were at the studio. And when she was like, I guess, like in the studio, because they were all at the studio all the time. And there's footage of him like yelling at them, telling them how they
oh
look,
yeah,
like mean stuff. So you can already tell the
yeah.
guy's mean. This woman is recounting that she opened a door and saw Aubrey on a couch with the security guard, I think it was, penetrating her, and Diddy doing something else. I can't remember the details. And she literally saying on screen, I don't remember. She's like, I don't know if this happened to me. It's possible. She's like, I can't. So also the plays in is
Wow.
drugs. And a lot of these women don't even know what was happening. The other thing I was going to say too is in
Like
the column,
Cosby.
what correct, who
Straight.
out, and that makes no
I
sense.
mean, I do think he drugged a lot of these girls. I mean, we
Oh,
know that.
well,
Yeah.
there's also accounts with some of the sex workers saying that the stuff that they were having was all laced and that's how they were.
Of course it was.
He would ask Cassie, how do you guys do this all weekend and not sleep? And she was like, here you go. They deny it,
They're
whatever.
freak offs. Yeah, they had freak offs for days and days. You
Days
can't
and days.
stay away.
Oh,
Yeah.
the other gross thing too was that one of the sex workers that's in this doc, he said that every time he would come, they would ask him for like his like semen, and he thought that it was weird, but he just got like used to giving it to them. And he found out that Diddy would make Cassie play with the semen. It was like a turn on for him, like while they were like hanging out, like drinking it, touching it.
He's so gross. He is fucked up on such a crazy weird level. I mean,
So
I think like I think a lot of people are into I think more people or I think a lot of people are into really weird yes, I think a lot more people than anyone is willing to admit are into really weird sex shit. I think it's just a lot of it's internalized, like, with porn or whatever, people are like watching it. I really think this. I could talk about this forever.
I do too. And now, what? You can buy a fucking 40 printed doll and fuck up that doll however you want.
Yes,
Like
yes. This is obviously living more outward with it. But I think that most of American men and women too, but mostly men have these real weird sex things that are like inside and needs to come out in some way. I think some people just do it in porn and they're fucking and then go hide and beat off. This was a little more outward with it, but I really think it's a lot of things like this exist. I do. Epstein and the Epstein file, same thing. I mean, it's just a lot of weird sexual shit with guys in power. It's like another level of power for them too.
it reminds me too of like just the sexual abuse amongst family members, that there's the statistics that say 30 to 40% of victims are abused by a family member. So
Hmm.
plays right back into that of like, it's easy, it's accessible. You have a young person who doesn't know any
Hmm.
better, and 30 to 40% of victims.
That's disgustingly high. I
Sick.
mean, look at like all the religious, I mean, the movie Spotlight that was so good, all the religious popes and all those things. I mean, like it's all over the place. It's a huge epidemic.
It's a huge epidemic, and it's only getting worse because of all the tools people are given now. Okay, on another note, two more topics before we head out. I thought this was just a really funny quote because obviously every time we talk, we're gonna have to mention Blake Lively too. a federal
Bobby.
judge a federal judge postponed Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's civil trial from March 9th to May 18th, citing the need to prioritize two criminal trials. And in my mind, I'm like, guys, just fucking settle. Like,
I read that they are settling. As you read that, I read that
yeah,
or something that
that they're being pushed to settle,
the,
not that they are. Are they now?
maybe that's what it was. You're being put like just settle. Like I'm completely just so over the situation. Like
Oval. Yeah, they were
yeah,
directed by the judge to discuss a settlement subject
just
with that.
settle. Come on, like Blake, get
Wait,
out of here.
versus like, thank you. Like that was almost like the judge being like, yeah, I've got more important things.
Get a grip.
Right.
Get a
Get over
grip.
your fucking
Like
selves. Right.
yeah,
$400 million. Like, get over
no,
yourself, lady.
get over it. I can't stand it.
I know. All right. I thought this was really funny. Dr. Phil, who I can't stand, but
Oh, Dr. Phil's gross.
he is gross. However, he's still a big figure. He was just on Bill Maher, and I love Bill Maher. and they were talking about the Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, which we never really talked about. And obviously some
We
people felt
kind of did. We got off topic about her boobs.
we did. And some people obviously felt very strongly about that ad, but I'm going to
She was exposed as a Republican. This is the 27-year-old big movie star now. She was on Euphoria here on this network, and I think will be again when that show comes on. And she has the big jeans ad that was controversial. And they reported this like it was a scandal. She's a Republican. I just got to say, this is not where I want America to go. It is not a slur that someone is a Republican.
Oh, it depends on where you ask the question.
Yeah. What do
You ask the question in Hollywood, it's a slur. You ask the question in the Midwest, it's not a slur.
I'm saying it shouldn't be.
It should not be. And
Or the other way around.
exactly. But for people to go crazy over that ad and to say that they say she's got good genes, and for them to say that's the equivalent of the Holocaust, that this is the same as all of that, is an absolute insult. 6 million people were killed. 6 million Jews were massacred and murdered, and they equate that to a blue jean ad.
Yeah, I got to back that up.
Hollywood
Right?
actress. What an
Yeah.
insult. That is ridiculous. I said,
You're right.
That's
well,
part,
and
though.
buy those jeans for every woman in my family, everybody I know, just to show support. That's an insult.
That's a little creepy.
That was my favorite part. He's like, "That's a little creepy." Now you're now you're
It is,
crossing
but
the line.
he's not wrong about that comparison. I think the jeans thing has gotten a little overblown.
I
to be
agree.
honest.
I
Like-
can understand the context of like where people are coming from, but this is, and I have friends that thought it was foul and disgusting, and they're like, like she should have never done that. I can
Didn't
understand.
offend me at all, but I don't know. Everyone's different.
Right. I'm Jewish, so I'm like, if anything, like I should be hit harder on that. But I don't know. To me, she was just doing an ad. I'm like,
That's
maybe
how I
the
feel about it.
wording was poor
I-
taste, but like in the context of things, but like
She's got good genes. I mean, she does have good genes. If we're talking about, I mean, she's known for her physical, unbelievable body. So I guess I just thought it kind of made sense. But no, I hate Dr. Phil, but he's right about that ludicrous comparison.
Isn't that crazy? And I love how he tried to give a quick dig though about like, well, it depends where you ask. It's like, dude, no, this is
I hate
just.
the way he talks. Depends where you ask.
I know. I also hate that like he became famous from Oprah because I love Oprah, and I'm like,
Yeah, I know. Oprah, God, he must. The luckiest thing he ever did was meet her.
oh my god. I mean, that's why he is who he is today because of Oprah.
It's 100%. I mean, he's loaded and rich and hugely famous because of her. I don't really hear much about her anymore.
Yeah, I know she has a podcast and she does like a lot of behind the scenes stuff now, I think with like production. But yeah, you're right. She goes in and out of very vocal during the election with Kamala.
She's got like her empire now. But she doesn't need to be on the ground like in her talk shows anymore.
Oh wow, she sold a chunk of her Montecito estate to Adam Levine from Maroon 5 for $17.3 million.
I think I remember reading that.
23 hours ago. Relationship coach blames over. Weird. She's 71. Wow.
Yeah, she's been around a long time.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's all about like fashion and with her right now and her favorite things. That's really what's about out right now. Okay, last thing on the list is I thought this was very interesting, talking about going back to dating in today's world, because obviously we don't.
I love this topic.
I know. So there's a term now. Have you ever heard of the swag gap?
Swag gap? I don't know anything. How do you know all this shit?
But I think I just came across this. Okay, let's break that down. Swag is what?
Like confidence, swagger.
And like clothes, right? Style.
Yeah, like your swag. Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Swag gap. The term refers to a fundamental difference in the way that two people carry and present themselves that goes beyond the beauty meets brain dynamic long depicted in popular culture. It's more of an I'm dressed for a cocktail hour and my partner's dressed for a remote work day. And if the cautionary tales on social media are any indication, it's a misalignment that should serve as a flashing signal to get out before someone gets hurt. So there's this one guy that talks, I guess, online, and then that's what went viral, where he was like dating someone. I think he must have gone on a few dates with her. And then they met at a cocktail bar, and he was very into his outfit and like his look and appearance and was excited to dress for the occasion. And she showed up in leggings, Lululemon leggings and sneakers and like a sweatshirt. And he was like, I ended it.
Big difference in personalities. And I will say these days, people are just so into the cat. I mean, you saw that thing that came out where like, was it like the head of like TSA was like, can you guys stop wearing your pajamas to the airport? Did you read about that?
No.
You didn't read about that? Oh my God, that's all over the news. Basically, like some big airport exec guy was just saying how gross is the way people dress for flights now.
Trump
Just that like,
tells Americans to ditch
yeah.
pajamas at the
Yeah.
airport.
And it was funny. The people's comments were that, well, maybe like saying that we were like the passengers are being disrespectful. And everyone's like, well, you know what? Once your airlines are respectful to us, then maybe we'll give a shit. Like, it was a really funny comeback because it's like, yeah, are you kidding me? Air travel is a complete shit show right now. Like, people are stuck in the airports. You think I'm going to wear like my fucking pageant dress for that? Like, you know, like, no. But back in the old days, you used to dress up to go on flights. I even remember a little bit of that when I was a little kid, talking about going back to the beginning, full circle, how we've run the gamut. Yes, I remember my mom. I'm talking very little. Like when we got to the airport, you were supposed to kind of look nice, like kind of put yourself together. Like I was always wearing like something like, I was a little girl, so it was different, but like I was in a put together outfit. That would never happen now. If I put my kids on the plane now, I'm dressing them as cozy as I can.
People dressed up in like 3-piece suits and like.
It was a thing to do back then. I was like I don't know if it was like.
Think of how flight attendants are dressed too. I mean, they still have like their outfits, but even the women like back then, I mean, they had their makeup.
To be a flight attendant back then was like getting a modeling job. Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo, that's one of his most underrated movies, by the way. He should have won the Oscar for that. He's brilliant in it. But Pan Am, that was real. I know that, again, going back to Thrills, and I used to do these stories. I did a story on flight attendants, and I've interviewed Pan Am airline flight attendants. It's an extinct airline now, but back then, it was just like that. You had to be drop dead gorgeous. It was like an interview. It's how you looked and being a model, basically. And that's so the swag gap is funny to me because it's just coming up a lot right now, because the way people dress, and I say people, especially the younger generation, like I see the way people go to like Plant High School near me, you know, like oversized sweatshirts, leggings every day. But it's kind of like the way that young generation dresses now, like just like, and then like, okay, then like the together moms. I'm not saying I'm a together mom. I'm a type B mom, but like athleisure. We're in athleisure a lot. That's sort of like, you know, like sometimes if I wear jeans to go pick up my kids, I'm like, oh, look at me dressed up. Because usually I'm like this in my tennis clothes or some sort of like athleisure outfit. Like
certainly
it's just
like COVID and remote work hasn't helped any of this. Like
it's true. It's a completely different, and every year, and not that I really truly believe in New Year's resolutions, but I do every year tell myself, I'm like, this is going to be the year where I try and put myself together a little bit more. Like put on because I have this closet full of clothes and I just reach for the same rash guard shirts, same shit. And I'm like, what am I even doing? Put myself together. But it's not really going on in this day and age, in this generation. But I did think that airport thing was really funny because, I mean, yeah, when I go to the airport now, I actually try and look for like a cute set or like something.
Not too like, homeless looking, yeah.
Not homeless looking. I do want to look like a comfortable set. You know, like something put together, but very comfortable. Like you don't want to wear something binding. I don't even like wearing jeans on the plane that much. You know, if it's a long flight.
There's no jeans on
the plane. No. So I like that you've brought this topic up because it's very interesting. I've never heard swag gap, but like, that's funny too. I just got my new subscription to New York Magazine's The Cut. I love The Cut stuff.
Yeah, you can bring some topics to us.
They're really, I love the writing. It's really funny. And there was stuff like that where like, you know, the girls are like, I try to look cute for the date. And the guy just looks like this like stretched out shirt, just looks like shit. And they admit that like, they're like, it takes something away. Like, I'm like, I kind of like try to make myself, and this guy, you don't really see it in reverse as much, but that's interesting. This guy was like, yeah, I don't like that. Like you're not leveling up to like, we're going on a first date. Well, if I'm going on a first date, I try to look nice.
It's a superficial sign of deeper challenges like that could happen as a dynamic between you as a couple. Because it's true. Like if I was married to someone who wore Birkenstocks every day and didn't give a shit how they looked, I would not be with that person. I couldn't. Yeah. I just not for me. I mean, it could be definitely for somebody else, just not for me. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. But I think men these days, or boys or young teens, are way more fashionable or something. I don't know. Back in our day, it was just like Abercrombie t-shirts and cargo shorts. Like that's like
all the time. That's what it was.
accessories and like, I don't know, there's just like a style, a swag, right? Like the shoes could be not laced and the jeans have to have like, I don't know, there's just something
And
different.
I admit, like, I think, I don't know how to say this the right way without like, I mean, because when I see a guy who's like put together in an effortless way, it is attractive. Like, like it is. It's sexy. Because it speaks more to just that. It's like you are caring about yourself. You're doing those extra things because what you're saying is true. It's not just about, there's something deeper there
Yeah.
about like not taking care of yourself and like not giving a shit. If you don't give a shit that much, what else do you give a shit about?
Feel better. Like I feel more elevated when I dress up a little bit better.
And more productive.
Yes. It's like taking Adderall.
There's something about it that elevates you. Like you're like, I've got some makeup on. I have an outfit on. I'm going to get some shit done. You're totally right.
Adderall for the body, for the
I
clothes.
could use an Adderall right now.
Oh, me too. Get in this home. I know. I took Adderall one time and I was so productive. I'm scared to take it again. That's why I won't take it.
Oh, it's so great.
I know.
I'm not
'Cause
gonna,
I'm afraid I'll get addicted to it.
I don't want to promote drugs on our pod, but man,
either.
there's what, when I was moving, like recently, I like borrowed some Adderall from a friend just because I want, like, I packed my, like everything was.
Moving is the best time, or like reorganizing things. Or
This is because when you
Amazing.
don't need it, when you don't have a prescription for it, it
Right.
hits you like a ton. It's just like,
Oh my God. It's instant.
yeah, it's pretty great.
I know.
I mean, yeah, it's speed, but like, so don't do drugs, but like, unless you really have to pack, then you should do some.
If you have like something like really important to get done and you have a deadline and you only have one day, Adderall can be a great.
Crush through it. Take a half of one even. You'll get everything done you need to.
But I will tell you what I really love doing now is taking some shroomies.
Like microdosing?
A little bit more
Or
than
like a whole, a little bit more. Huh? Okay, well, how much more, Fold? I'm just
chewing on some earthy mushrooms, which honestly make you want to vomit when you try them. But I don't know. There's just this like elevated feeling of like just not giving a shit and like just having more fun. So
you know what? I associate, like, I used to take a lot of mushrooms in my heydays
really,
of 20s and, oh
I
yeah.
never did. Gosh,
I was such a hippie back then. I was going to all those Widespread Panic concerts. That's all you did was like mushrooms. And I always associate it with being like, so I think now you can take mushrooms and be pretty functional. That's why I was calling it microdosing, like a little bit. Back when I used to take them, you're just off the planet. Like, so that's kind of how I associate them because that's always how I've taken them, like a mushroom chocolate or a lot of them, and just been like, just gone for several hours.
right?
But now you can do them, and like it does give you just a little bit of high vibrations.
Yep.
And that I like. I need to do like that. That's appealing to me. Just a little bit of a high vibration.
See you guys next week. This was super fun. We love doing this. And hey, we're going to be doing a really fun podcast next year with a fellow podcaster. More to come.
We're very excited. More to come on that. Look for the drop on that. Stay tuned. Thanks, guys.
Guys, see you soon. We are not robots. Goodbye.